Alright, you got Frankenfoot. I'm trying to lay down my thoughts early at the start of the war. Hopefully somebody in the clan can pick this up and maybe use my thoughts here, because I think I had a solid strategy for taking this base. And I think if somebody does it and does it a little bit better, that it'll work out wonderfully. The only mistake I made was I screwed up the timing just a little bit, and that cost me a lot. I got a big open base like this, big nice spread base. When I see big spread bases, I'm thinking HPHB, or I'm thinking P.E.K.K.A.s in some way, shape, or form, I should say, because P.E.K.K.A.s and spread go well together for whatever reason. Black beans and rice, or peas and carrots, or peanut butter and jelly, whatever. So my thinking here was, look at what I got here. I got a town hall. Don't really care about that. I'll assume all 3-star it. That's how I plan all my attacks. But I got the queen here. And she's embedded pretty deep into there. But if I get the queen anywhere in this range, the queens will attack each other. And if I got healers behind my queen, she'll take them. So poof, I can get the queen pretty quick and easy, and in a pretty controlled manner. And the key I found, because I'm using HPHB with a queen walk start, the key I found is that you've got to get your kill squad into the core of the base. That sounds a little tricky here because there really isn't a core, but I've got this nice little channel here that will serve effectively that purpose. So let's pretend I came in from over here. P.E.K.K.A.s are probably going to come in, they're going to wipe these buildings out. Maybe they'll go here, maybe they'll go here, but there's no, real core. They're going to get through one or two of these compartments, and then they're probably going to walk away. You'd really like them to go through the core and gut everything, because look at how much they can get if they walk through the core. They can get all these buildings. If you got the queen and bowlers behind them, they'll take care of all these things. Then you'll have just kind of a little sliver left that should be easy for hogs to wipe out. So that's the plan, and I've had success doing this, practicing on friendly attacks. Not this base, but as a base with sort of a big channel into the center of the base like this. And it worked well on that base. I was surprised that I could 3-star it. I didn't even have a war army when I 3-starred it, but I had close to it. I had, P.E.K.K.A.s and 4 healers and whatnot. So I'm trying to replicate that here. So what my plan was, I'm going to drop a queen here, 3 healers. I'm going to take 3 healers behind her, and a baby dragon right here. Queen's going to work through this. It's going to take her a while, but that's okay. She'll eventually take care of the town hall and start walking in this direction, and eventually this queen is going to catch up to her. They're going to start fighting each other, and she has very little point defense on here. She'll have nothing but this archer tower, so 3 healers should keep her up pretty darn well. Then on this side, I'm going to drop a baby dragon here, which turned out to be fantastic, because there's not much that could take that baby dragon. He's got Teslas in here, which I thought he might have. But if you're walking through the center of the base, look, you can pretty much take care of all these Teslas. The queen and the bowlers on a bounce can get everything that's 4 things away from a wall, or 4 units away from a wall. So Tesla's here, queen can knock them out, bowlers will be able to get them. But I'm going to drop a baby dragon here and my king here with 1 healer behind him, just to keep him up a little bit, because he's going to start taking a lot of point defense quickly. And then very quickly I'm going to drop P.E.K.K.A.s behind him. With this building gone, they're going to want to move in this direction. And I was banking on this thing being here, but I did not get my king and P.E.K.K.A.s down quick enough, and this thing was gone. And that led to all sorts of chaos. So first off, the P.E.K.K.A.s and the king started walking into here with just 1 healer behind them. And I went ahead and threw my bowlers down when I saw this happening. But what really killed me is the queen decided to walk all the way around here now. And she started taking heat from this guy, maybe this guy, and this guy all at the same time. And I had to pop her ability too soon. And she also got the clan castle pull. Now my thinking was, I've got P.E.K.K.A.s in front and the queen, P.E.K.K.A.s in front, king and bowlers, and queen behind them. Queen will be able to knock out whatever comes out of the clan castle with some poison spells, which would have been the case had they clumped together like they were supposed to. But you can imagine them running through here, taking care of anything except these 2 cannons, and I was going to drop 3 hogs here just to make sure that cannon got dealt with. This guy should be gone, because the bowlers are going to attack that on their way in. I did not want to drop the bowlers as soon as I dropped the king and the P.E.K.K.A. because I had visions of them walking in the wrong direction with this cannon still here. In hindsight, maybe wasn't such a big thing to worry about, but now I know for sure there's Teslas here. It might have been good to drop the king, baby dragon as soon as that guy's gone. king, P.E.K.K.A.s, and bowlers behind them. I think they would have wiped this out and maybe gone out and taken that out. The baby dragon would have taken that out by now, so the bowlers probably would have walked in this direction, especially if there's Teslas here. They would rather go for that than maybe walk around and take that out. The other thing I learned is this is kind of a bad spot to drop hogs. He has got all his skeleton traps and a giant bomb or two around this area, so it turned out to be a bad place to drop hogs. Better off dropping them around here once that king is occupied. Alright, well, let's watch the attack. And we'll speed up the queen walk portion a little bit. So down comes the queen, baby dragon. She's working through stuff. No damage. She's at full stinking health. Finally taking some heat from that archer tower. Healers are keeping her up really, really well. Town hall gone. A lot of high hit point buildings here. This guy did it on purpose just to try to waste time. But I think with enough hogs left, you would have been fine. So she took some beatings when she's had that cannon and the queen on her, but these healers managed to keep her up. I didn't have to pop a rage or her ability yet. And the problem is she's already worked through this thing, and I just got my baby dragon down. I didn't take into account the time it's going to take the baby dragon. I take that guy out, and then I'll drop my kill squad. I should have dropped them. I should have at least dropped this baby dragon a little bit earlier, I think. Probably when I dropped the first one. Because then she popped this guy, and now she's going to walk into the interior, and I'm not even remotely close to having my P.E.K.K.A.s and everything here. But despite all that error, this thing worked out fairly well. So the queen goes in, she gets the clan castle pull, but she doesn't have her ability left. I try to drop a rage, but it's just too little too late. Stick another... that was a king ability, that was not a rage. I stick a rage in here once they're in the interior. I will go ahead and drop a wizard to try to get that stupid little baby dragon taken care of, because he's putting a hurt on my healers. But now look how these spread bases work. Very little damage, very little point defense damage. I've got 2 healers on these bowlers, and they're going to go in and they're going to kick the snot out of this stuff. And that's really why bowlers and P.E.K.K.A.s work so well with healers behind them on these spread bases. They just don't have that much heat on them. So the P.E.K.K.A.s are working their way around here. So I drop the hogs and let them move in this direction. But that's an awful lot of ground for hogs to cover. That's never a good thing. And I immediately pull up the first skeleton spell, forcing me to use a heal spell earlier than I wanted. I think I dropped it on this expo. And then I pop the second skeleton spell. So immediately I got unlucky with those skeletons. I've got both skeleton spells on my hogs, and wouldn't you know it, they hit a giant bomb. So they're just not going to last. But I got P.E.K.K.A.s and things behind them. Had my bowlers stuck with my P.E.K.K.A.s. I could have helped them wipe through these things more quickly. But I got pretty darn close, despite the major mess up in timing. I got pretty darn close. So I think that if I didn't mess that timing up, this attack would have been phenomenal. So this is, often you want do-overs in this game and you don't get them, but my goodness, if there's ever a time when I wanted a do-over, this was it. So anyway, they get close. I had more than enough heat to knock out that last little defense and take out the base, but I just didn't have the time. So that's the way the cookie crumbles, unfortunately. But yeah, I think get the timing right, and I think that strategy will just annihilate this base. Yeah, but what the heck do I know? I'm stupid. All right, I'll talk to you later. Bye.